actual rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Because they are pretty decently sized, so we could very well turn those in. If we were actually properly going to stay on a ship for any length of time.
I don't think this is meant to be our permanent ship.
This is our new baby. We love it till it crashes into the earth because someone runs away from it.
Rich did say that this is not worth an awful lot, so what we could possibly do is use this as a mobile home.
That would work.
This is
a piece of junk by any standards.
Yeah, so if we can fix up the Shepherd as a proper ship to use, at least until we can get an actual place, an actual ship. Well, this could just be the mobile home.
All right.
You will be aware though that where's my notepad? What's his name? Rangotel's brother. What do I call him?
The guy that Nori shot?
Yeah. You are aware that he used this ship for an Obertel. He used this ship for a good while and it was perfectly serviceable, but probably not for the kind of engagements you'd want your ship to be capable of getting into.
Yeah, but he also believed that his armor was Mando armor, so I'm not going to trust his judgment.
I'm going to find actual Mando armor in this ship.
That would be fantastic.
Oh, did people roll their force points already?
Not yet.
We did not.
Right.
Oh, sorry, I just saw things like here. I was like, oh, someone's done it already.
Grab your force dice. Yeah, these are last
2 light
session's
side.
points.
Started off lucky.
2 light side, fantastic.
Oh, that's not a good sign if I'm getting lucky.
Too light. Too dark. Oh.
I actually wish I got that, because it means I'm getting good rolls.
Too dark is really hard to get, so...
I would rather go too dark right now, honestly, rather than too light.
1 dark. Last
Last time I rolled too light, I did not have good rolls for the rest of the evening.
And 1 for me.
That's a lot of force That's a lot of force points.
What we got? A dark side.
Oh, even. Okay.
Even split. Interesting. So that's our pool to work from.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay.
Let me promote you quickly.
And
we'll kick off.
Yeah, this is it. I was trying to figure out my notes. I found it. I found it.
So, you guys ready to kick off?
Yep.
So,
go on then.
Last session, we had an interesting encounter with the the words completely Sarlacc pit. There we go. You guys discovered a Sarlacc was underground in this area, and through disturbing it, through landing on the side of it, it kind of arose from whatever state it was in. The ground which it had covered itself with caved in, and this whole area here is now an exposed Sarlacc pit. Vex, in trying to get the ship out of being grasped by a Rancor Sarlacc tentacle, managed to punch it with the ship and fly into the wall and crash. We also encountered Obertel, or Tankhead, as he's known to some, who was a not particularly intelligent guy sporting faux Mandalorian armour, and due to disagreements over a deal, you guys shot him, and you are now in possession of his ship, which is where we will pick up. So, you guys had at the end of last session, just decided to start stripping some components out of the Bantha buggy and into the duck. And so let's kick off with where each of you are at the present moment.
All right. Where are each of us at the present moment?
So that's for you to decide.
Oh yeah, I think we all got in the Sheathipede at the end.
Okay.
It's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You guys decide
we
where you want to be, and then we'll kick off.
Mm-hmm.
So you can be in the duck, the Sheathipede, or the Bantha buggy.
Why had we gotten in the duck? In the Sheathipede? Does anybody remember?
We rushed the killing of the guy because we were behind time. I think we were just on the Sheathipede because we went to pick everyone up or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we couldn't get out of the Fang unless we were jumping to the Sheathipede. So we got the hyperdrive out, the security droids, Castor's body. So it's getting pretty cramped in the shuttle.
We reluctantly got Nostrum.
Yep.
That's what, according to this, Nostrum's not here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
wait, I thought Castor was free.
Castor was Castor was the
protocol
droid, who was just a body who you found in a small smuggling space in the Bantha buggy, which belonged to a hut.
Yeah, so we've transferred everything onto the Sheathipede, right?
Mm-hmm.
As much as what we were aiming to do.
Yeah.
That stuff at least, yeah.
And we'll pick up with your first entrance into the Dusty Duck.
Mm-hmm. Is the hangar bay wouldn't be open, would it? So
I'm gonna say
we're going to need to.
I'm gonna say yes, it would be open. I think that a lot of the way the Duck's set up is a lot of the functionality of the ship has been automatically set to automatically work with as little human interaction as possible, because Obba didn't want to have to figure out how to open the cargo bay because he'd forgotten every time, so he just told the ship to, okay, when we land, open all the doors, kind of thing.
Okay, that's going to have to change. But
very sensible.
Firstly, let's get the Sheathipede inside and start unloading what we can.
Yeah.
All right, whoever's got the most piloting right now, go ahead and do that. Please try not to kill us all.
So
because this is going to be a tight squeeze.
Yeah, this is your first time getting this into the ship, so I think if one of you wants to take the check, or if you want to do a group roll, I don't mind, but this is going to be a hard difficulty to maneuver the Sheathipede in.
We would have to make non-skilled assisted roll, because I don't believe any of us have ranks in pilot.
Sure.
Who was piloting last time? Oh god, it was me, wasn't it? Yeah, let's get someone else to pilot it.
You've each done a bit of piloting.
I've got... and we've all got 3 greens, so it's not really going to matter who does it. So
Vex starts to like shuffle around from behind the hyperdrive and be like, "I've got it, Captain."
Have you got 3 greens?
No. But I remember what happened to the last ship he was on.
No.
I think he has 1 green.
Yeah, no. Nori's going to do it.
Yeah. Nori and Slack haven't been on a ship that's crashed yet, or had to abandon the ship yet.
Hey, I'd left because a madman was flying.
Anyway, before we get on that train again, or into those soul mines again, what's difficult?
So it's going to be hard, so 3 purple.
Sheathipede, what is our handling on the sheet?
We just land the side Sheathipede, it's going to be 3 purple.
This is.
It's versus 3 greens and a boost, and whatever.
Actually, you know what? This is to get the Sheathopede inside. It's an average difficulty check, but given this is your first time, you're going to have a setback on it. So 2 purples and a black.
Oh,
do we have the handling of a normal Sheathopede, or is it neutralised because of stripping down?
What was the standard handling on it?
It's a +1.
Yeah, I think you've got a +1. I think that's reasonable for this ship.
Which means you've got 2 boosts. Easily.
Fantastic.
With 4 uncancelled advantage.
The mayor's on my worry saying we should land outside it and get someone in to direct us in.
Okay, so 3 of those advantage are going to be a certain thing you'll see in a sec. What would you like your remaining advantage to be? If you've got any specific idea for it.
I swear to God, we find Mandalorian armor in this ship.
With advantage, hold on. When piloting the ship, can perform 1 free pilot maneuver, provided it doesn't exceed the normal maneuvers. What I'm going to say that then is because of the loading bay area of the Sheathopede is in the back. I'm going to load it in to the point where we're basically facing this doorway. So I'm going to spin us around as we go in.
Yeah. So you kind of
and then park us properly
in like this, and manage to very elegantly get yourself in a loading position like this. So you'd have to park sideways to fit the ship in for takeoff, but you can absolutely fit in like this for loading.
Well, we've got legs, so we'll do that manually.
Yeah.
On the ground.
And I'm going to say, given you had 4 advantage on it, you can expertly position it so the front 4 legs don't fold down and don't catch on the edge of the ship, and so you're resting on the back 8 legs.
Well, let's just hope the ship doesn't tip over.
It looks perfectly stable from the position of the ship and the also help of the repulsor lift systems on the ship. But as you're coming in, you are getting used to the controls in the ship that you haven't had a huge amount of use with, and you this is the 3 advantage, stumble upon a switch which it's a little switch on the controls. You don't really notice it, but when you flick it on, you hear some radio chatter come on, and you can quickly understand that this is a patch into the Imperial communications on the planet, and you can figure out why that may be the case if you desire.
Sounds like they were keeping tabs on the Imperials.
I wonder why he was keeping an eye on the Imperials.
Well, we got this.
This is on the Sheathopede.
We got the Sheathopede from the...
Oh, on the Sheathopede. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
we got this. Absolutely the Sheathopede.
We got this from the bounty hunter.
Okay. Let's turn the volume up a little bit and see if we can hear anything relating to our actions of killing a crap ton of stormtroopers.
So nothing on the it's standard Imperial chatter at the minute, just sector reports, that kind of stuff. But as you proceed with the unloading, and you take a couple of trips, and during one of them you hear come over the communications bit of radio chatter, which is something along the lines of,
we've had an anonymous report come in. There's been some disturbance in the Denonair sector. If we can send a few units out to investigate, it seems there was a reported sighting of a ship on the watch list. So dispatch a couple of squadrons out there and take a look.
Okay. Okay, so we'll go Nostrum, Vex, Slack.
Did we not get rid of the pilot body?
Did we?
Pilot.
Yeah, he's been burned.
Oh, we got rid of him?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, he's been burned.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
We're also missing 2 security droids.
Okay.
Right, yeah, they would have been.
Okay.
But yeah, so we've finally heard this roughly when we're finishing load.
Yeah, so you're about like maybe one trip off getting all the like basic components and your stuff out of the ship.
Oh, we can do that when it's sideways on. Yeah, so Nori's gonna remain in the pilot seat so he can move this ship around.
Yeah.
Slack, get into the pilot seat of the Dusty Duck. Talk with the R5. See if you can get us into the air. And
just to interrupt quickly, I want a group knowledge warfare check to figure out what the kind of timescales on this are going to be.
I have 2 greens.
Okay. 2 green.
I got 4 green.
I got 3 green.
So Vex, this is on you.
Mm-hmm. This is going to be knowing how quickly the Imperials respond to stuff, that kind of thing. So that's going to be a hard check.
So if we're doing a group check, don't we add like various
if it's
like
an
yellows and
unskilled
such?
check, from what I understand, it's one person's stats plus a boost if it's unskilled assisted, from what you were saying, John?
Yeah, I don't think any of us have a rank in warfare. So
No.
I don't.
it's just your base intelligence.
Okay. This is on you, Vex. Don't screw the pooch.
All right. Do you think of my time with Timo, I would have overheard anything about their interactions with the Empire?
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. Give yourself a boost.
I mean, we are patched into the Imp's comm.
Mm-hmm.
So
you're aware that
they
this
might
is
tell us
only
how.
receiving.
Right? Yeah. No, we're not.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to ask them a question. Basically, I would imagine when they're talking over the comms, they're going to be saying like, "We're 30 clicks out." No, however, what the Imperials might say, so that might assist.
Yeah. Cool. So give me a roll. Okay. So, 4 success, 2 threats. You're aware that that these kind of things, this, from the sound of it, it's more of a routine patrol than a dispatch for a critical situation kind of thing. So the response time on this is not going to be instantaneous, and you're going to have a little while to collect your things. The threat is that you're listening into the chatter for a bit longer as you complete this final run over to the duck, and you don't hear anything about the actual dispatch of any quantities of Imperials or anything like that. So you're going to have to use your best guess on that. But you do get the impression that you've got a little bit of time to work with here. Maybe an hour or so, give or take.
Right. While that's going, while Vex is calculating that and Nori is moving the Sheathapede in position, can I look for anything useful in the storage? I doubt there's going to be anything there, but...
Absolutely. Which ship are you looking
on? On the duck.
Oh god, I'm just imagining him opening up a closet and there's just like really knockoff gear every. that he thinks is genuine, but it's not.
Okay, so...
Straight kyber crystals fall to the floor.
So this will be a perception check. So...
Alright.
Let's have a look around, see what you see.
Alright, how many difficulty, or just perception?
Just give me a uncontested roll, so no difficulty. We'll just see what you get.
2 advantage.
Okay. So, looking around...
I have 2 yellows, and I get 2 advantage.
Not the best roll ever. But looking around, as you come into the ship proper, you notice that the area 12 and 13 is quite a large, expansive place. It's got a few bits and bobs of various cargo. You look in it, it's some food rations, that kind of stuff. Various day-to-day things to keep the ship running. As you come into 11, you see some odd patterning on the walls over in one corner around this kind of area here. Make me a... What will this be? Make me a lore check.
A lore check?
I think this is probably going to be the applicable one.
Gotta check my lore Santeca.
This is where I'm...
Lore or education, I think. Either way.
This is where I'm going to curse myself for not investing in intelligence. Rich, look over at my sheet. At the knowledge section.
Wow.
3.3.
Nice.
Wait, you got a 3.3?
Cool. So you recognize... Oh, this is going to be... Sorry, roll me... I'm going to say 3 difficulty as well.
Alright.
Forgot to give you a difficulty there.
No, don't reroll that.
Yeah.
No, I'm just bringing this over to the side.
Yeah.
I was going to say those are really good, so...
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Okay.
Mind.
You know, I was thinking in my head, can that one be beat and then... Yeah.
So you see that this is some kind of... So you've got... Okay, 2 advantage, 1 failure. So you see that this is some kind of scarring on the walls. There's like deep ruts. There's only a couple of them, and they're limited to one specific area on the wall back there. But it's kind of it's like the metal was in that section has almost been like melted away in these ruts along the wall. I don't think you're particularly familiar with anything that would tell you more on this.
I have 1 yellow, 2 green in xenology, and 3 green in warfare. Could I roll either of those to see if that
Sure, roll me a warfare
could glean
check.
anything? All right, with the same difficulty.
Yeah, I'm gonna say. Yeah, three purples.
All right. Make sure there's no interference.
Mm-hmm.
And
Nice.
that's 3 success and 3 disadvantage, or 3 threat.
Okay, so you've actually seen this kind of thing before, and you know this is lightsaber scoring.
This is bad.
Unfortunately, you're not really able to discern more about the patterning or anything that would tell you more about the scenario in which this might have happened, but that's what you know at this stage.
Yeah. Thrar is going to take this newfound knowledge and run over to grab the only other sane person here.
Flack.
Nori.
Go on.
I'm offended.
Well, you're just, like, by Trandoshan standards, you're just a kid. You wouldn't know what the Jedi are.
Well, then get Trex.
It has only been a couple of years, remember?
That's true. But Thrar grew up through the Clone Wars. Like, he's
Yeah, what I'm saying is the Clone Wars has only been up a couple of years. Because remember, we're not deep in the Empire days yet.
How?
Oh yeah, for this one.
I would have assumed that unless you'd been on the battlefield with the Jedi or seen Sith in action or something like that.
Trandoshan's going to know what a Jedi is.
Yeah, you'd know what a Jedi is, absolutely. But lightsabers aren't exclusive to the Jedi. And I think as a galaxy-wide knowledge, you're free to make whatever assumptions you want about it, depending on what your character might think.
Bear in mind, I'll give you a little bit of assistance here, Rich.
Yeah, absolutely, please.
At least in the Clone Wars episodes, Hondo referred to the lightsaber as a laser sword. So most people on the Outer Rim don't really know what a lightsaber looks like.
Yeah.
Or what sort of damage it does. That's why Han even called it a laser sword. They don't know it's not a laser sword.
Okay. So
I mean, technically.
I'd say that Thrar might have enough of, like, he's an older Trandoshan. He's probably moved.
He's between 30 and 40.
Yeah, I'd say that he might well have heard the term lightsaber and know that that's associated with it. I don't know. It's up to you to decide.
And more specifically, I'm thinking he might know the public enemy status that the Empire has given the Jedi and those who use their weapons and customs. So,
sure.
Just from the knowledge that there are signs of a lightsaber here, Thrar is just like, shit. So he's going to go grab Nori because he's, again, the only other sane, experienced one here.
Can I ask a question? Just button here. See this like radio we have that's connected to Empire communications? Is there a headset for that? Because I feel like the Hutts are the sort of people who send people out in operations. They would have headsets all connected to that.
You have headsets as part of piloting. Like, remember in the Millennium Falcon, that's what Han puts on during.
Yeah, that's part of like the inner.
Could you walk around with it?
What? Sorry.
Could you walk around with it on, like
outside
the ship?
I think that would.
I wouldn't say outside the ship, but it.
I think you could probably, with a computer's check, patch the signal into shortwave.
It might be worth doing that.
That was something that Nori was going to ask Vex to do at some. But we're too busy trying to get everything into place so we can take off.
Yeah.
So
there is one thing to consider. You wanted to extract the hyperdrive from the old ship, and there's a few.
We did that.
Did you do that specifically?
Yeah, we did, because we were moving it, because there was like 3 of us doing it.
That's the only equipment we've got from the thing.
Yeah, that's true. But there are other things on the Bantha buggy that you might want to salvage. And with the rough estimate of time, you do have a short amount of time to do that.
How much time?
You had about an hour minimum, was Vex's estimation.
Okay, no, that's not enough time.
I think that's enough time. Yeah, I think if the Empire see that and it's been savaged, they'll think we're still around. And they'll search the immediate area for us.
No, it's not worth it, to be honest. I mean, I would want to take the weapons off, but...
Yeah.
No, it's
I think if they can see there's a Sarlacc pit there and there's a crash ship, that'll explain the no bodies if everything's still intact.
I was actually going to suggest to Nori that we
we go lay low for a little while they investigate, and then come back later. To
we can always come back if that's actually something that we want to do.
Okay.
It's not like anything else other than the weapons that I would want.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like Jawas are gonna go near a Sarlacc.
I mean, there's like the stasis fields and
that was
all
the other
stuff
thing that you mentioned. The stasis fields, and I think the weapons would be the sensible thing to take if you had the time.
Yeah, but we don't.
Nabbed at it would be nice.
Where is our little Rosedale?
Nori brought him aboard. He's in the Sheathapede.
Why would you?
Because it's my obligation now. That being said, in the time that he has managed to examine the lightsaber scoring, have I enough time to just sort of waltz the Sheathapede around?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think with the previous check, you can do that fairly easily.
Because I'm not taking off. I'm just because I imagine the legs. And I imagine the legs are not necessarily maneuverable, but in a capacity where that they can move around in a hangar bay slowly.
Oh yeah,
that's interesting.
During various points of the Clone Wars and even Rebels, we've seen that the Sheathapede does have limited articulation in its landing feet.
Yeah,
so
because
it can kind of crawl around a little bit.
They are designed to allow the senators and stuff that operate them to avoid nasty spills and dirt and dust.
That makes sense.
So
how much? I'm going to give you the option here of if you guys decide you'd like to flip a light side point, then we can add significant maneuverability to these legs because this is a shuttle from this kind of thing.
It's a shuttle for like senators and stuff, and also
this has been modified fairly heavily to be.
But what I'm saying is because it was owned by a Hutt, I don't think that they like to move fast.
Yeah.
So I think they would keep the slow crawl because it's not supposed to be a walker. It's it's just a.
Yeah, it's not a. It's not supposed to move around like an ATST. It's just like minor manipulation.
Yeah, just in case that they've landed awkwardly on a surface or some idiot spilled some fuel on the landing pad.
What I was thinking was that the shuttle has been used by this Rhodian team, who is more elite operative than Hutt bodyguard kind of thing. So,
how about instead of maneuverability, how about the claws are able to grip onto things a bit harder? So if it's like on an uneven surface, I'll flip Destiny Point for that. So it's got just increased grip.
Okay, that makes sense.
All right,
that works.
So, as Nori's getting everything settled in, Thrar comes in, kind of making sure the box with the spore is off the side, and gets Nori's attention.
Sure.
Nori's going to turn to look at him. He's still listening into the Imperial comms, but he's looking over at Fra.
Thrar gestures towards the ship hallway and is like, I saw lightsaber gashes. This fool doesn't know what he's doing.
Nori is very, very silent for a good bit as he sort of stares at Fra and
didn't know what he's doing. Sorry, I misspoke. That was a misspeaking.
No, it's fine. No, Nori is staring at Fra. Even behind that mask that Nori has, there is a very sort of still quietness about Nori, probably a bit more than usual. And then he just starts moving.
Moving?
Yeah, he's moving in the direction that you gestured.
Okay.
So walking towards 11.
So
he's a bit more walking. He's a snake, so he can. If he decides to move fast, he moves fast. This is like a jog.
Okay.
So yeah, we go and I show him. Thrar shows him the gashes in the wall, in the hallway here.